Hi there. And just like that, we already in 2026. Can you believe it? 6 years since 2020. A long time has passed and a lot has happened. So let's see what I think 2026 holds in store for us according to the numerology. I live on a farm, so I have noises in the background, peacocks, chickens. I cannot control that. I've tried to keep everything else quiet so that you don't have distractions, but please forgive if any of those farm sounds come through. Right, so I've titled the power of my blog 2026, When Power Comes Home. 2026 rises like dawn after a long night, a year that calls us back to what is real, close, and alive. The noise of the outer world may remain loud. However, beneath it, something steady begins to hum. The pulse of local hearts, families rediscovering their strength, and small hands rebuilding what vast systems forgot to care for. Power, once scattered across the towers of empires, is quietly finding its way home. Rather than waiting for rescue, we are asked to remember who we are, what runs in our blood, what breathes in our stories, and what skills lie sleeping within our families and soul tribes. Every person carries a piece of what this new world needs. Therefore, the question is no longer who will lead us, but how will we lead ourselves together? The energy of a 268 year. In numerology, every year carries a vibration, a rhythm through which life unfolds. When we add the digits of 2026, in other words, we add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, we receive 10. And 1 plus 0, 10, reduces to 1. The energy of new beginnings, independence, and creation. Yet, within that number, the 26 adds its deeper flavor. 2 for cooperation, joining 6, family and responsibility, to create 8, power, endurance, and manifestation. Thus, while 2026 is a 10-1 year of fresh starts, it also resonates as a 268 year, where collaboration, family values, and integrity become the foundations of true strength. This vibration reminds us that no beginning can stand unless it is rooted in connection. It's a rare combination of the feminine 2, the nurturing 6, and the sovereign 8, blending empathy, service, and mastery into one living current. Together, they invite humanity to remember that love and leadership are not opposites, but parts of the same divine design. The iron in our blood. At the heart of this year's energy lies a fascinating connection between science and spirit. On the periodic table, iron is the 26th element, and 2026 carries that same vibration. Iron gives blood, its red color, and earth its magnetic heartbeat. It's both the metal of life and the keeper of balance. Strong enough to anchor the planet's field, yet gentle enough to flow through our veins. Without iron, neither our bodies nor our world could hold their structure. Across many ancient traditions, iron represents courage and protection, the bridge between visible and invisible realms. It endures fire and emerges stronger, a perfect symbol for the lessons of this year. Consequently, when we speak of 2026 as an iron year, we speak of spiritual stamina, endurance, and renewal. It asks us to forge our strength with integrity, to stand firm in truth, and to use our natural magnetism to attract what aligns with our soul's purpose. True strength this year is not cold or rigid. It's living, warm, and creative. It flows through families, communities, and crafts, and it reminds us that power can be steady and kind, unshaken, yet compassionate, grounded, yet alive with motion. In 2026, the iron within us awakens us not to dominate, but to sustain. The return of true power. For too long, humanity has mistaken control for power. We have worshipped the loudest voices and the biggest machines, forgetting that real power is not about domination, it's about creation. This year changes the tone of leadership and invites a gentler strength, one that rises within rather than ruling over. Across the world, people are turning toward one another again. Families share tools and gardens. Neighbors trade goods, skills, and knowledge. Old crafts are being reborn as communities learn how to feed, teach, and sustain themselves. The great return is not dramatic. Instead, it is deeply human. It unfolds in kitchens, on farms, in workshops, and in every conversation that begins with, what can we create together? The feminine leading the flame. We are living in the millennium of the divine feminine, an age of empathy, connection, and emotional intelligence. Yet, 2026 also carries a spark of focused action, a fiery pulse that wants to move, build, and innovate. The dance between these two forces, feminine receptivity and masculine drive, will shape the year ahead. When they meet in balance, creation flows effortlessly. The feminine heart guides while the masculine hands build. Compassion becomes strategy, intuition becomes design, and together they form a sacred partnership that can rebuild the world, one heartfelt decision at a time. This is the year to act with grace, to move from stillness, and to lead through love. The family forge. Listen closely and you may hear the hum of small forges lighting up across the world. Family farms, home studios, and community workshops. Here, power is being remade, not through competition, but through cooperation, not through ownership, but through belonging. 2026 asks each of us to look at our own circle and to consider, what do we have among us? Which skills, tools, wisdom, and resources already live here? What could be shared, combined, or taught? Every family, friendship group, or small business holds something unique, something that can strengthen the wider whole. Therefore, this is a time to map those gifts, join them, and turn them into living networks of support. The old order was built on separation. The new one will rise through connection. The shape of true power is not a pyramid, it's a circle. It breathes, gives, and receives. It nourishes everything it touches. 2026 teaches that power is not what we hoard, but what we harness, not what we control, but what we create. In other words, power with a pulse. Used wisely this year could become a turning point in human memory, a time when we stopped competing for survival and began collaborating for vitality. The same iron that once built empires can now build bridges, homes, and hope. When power comes home, rather than a year of revolution, 2026 offers a year of return. Power is coming home to the hands that have always held it. the artists, teachers, mothers, farmers, dreamers, healers, and all the ordinary souls who keep the world alive. When power comes home, it does not shout, it listens. It grows in gardens, cooks for neighbors, and begins quietly, like dawn through a valley. I therefore, as this new year unfolds, ask myself, and you can ask yourself, where is my power resting? What am I ready to create, share, or rebuild? And with whom will I stand when the new dawn breaks? The time is now. The forge is warm. Home, our true home, is calling us back. And some reflection for you to ponder on. What is one skill, resource, or gift within your family or community that could help build something beautiful in 2026? Share it below. Your idea might inspire someone else to begin. You will find links below this video if you'd like to purchase oracle cards or purchase my ebooks. And if you'd like to study numerology or have a numerology reading, contact me on my website, janetsnumerology.com. So from my heart to yours, with so much anticipation for the year that lies ahead, I can actually feel the pulse of new beginnings. I can feel the soul returning. I can feel life and vitality returning to the earth. I can feel it everywhere. Even the animals on the farm are starting to communicate more clearly, as if they're becoming more sentient in some way. So, lots of love until we meet again. From my heart to yours. Bye for now.